One small step for a man, one giant leap.
Hold the jokes, team. We got a lot of work to do here.
G'day mate and welcome to the Crust with me, Jitty. Now, the Crust is a brand new automation factory game that's coming out in just a couple of days, and I had a chance to play this in a very early demo version, and then I had another chance that I can tell you about now, because I had to sign an NDA at the time, to play it in the pre-alpha version, and then I've had a chance to look at it, well, a couple of times since then. Thank you to the devs that have given me early access to share it with you guys, because it pops out in a couple of days. Now, The Crust is a factory game with a couple of small differences. One, we're based on the moon in the year 2080. Two, it's decision-based, much like, well, Ixion Frostpunk is another one that a lot of people are familiar with, where we need to make decisions throughout the storyline, which is what I want to get into. It's a factory game with a campaign, so we're going to hit new game. I'm going to do the tutorial, mainly because the tutorial sets a lot of the background story. Also, there's some interesting voice dialogue in there. I should mention that not all the voice dialogue is voiced by humans yet, but I have been chatting to the devs, and they're getting there. They're getting there, replacing the voice actors one by one.
HB11 capsule is delivered to the launch pad. Ready for ascent. Over. Copy that. Start the launch procedure.
Platform 1 is ready for launch. Over.
Launch control. Initiating countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. Elevator to Hope Station 1. Capsule HB11 has begun its ascent. Stand by to receive. Over.
Hope 1 to elevator, ready for receiving. Over.
Destination Moon, base MT4. Docking gateway provision priority. Highest. Coast crossing route. Always in favor of HB11. Priority launch and landing has been approved by Crust.
Alpha team, get ready to head back home. Over. Watch yourself out there. Lunar night is coming. Stand by, Alpha team. We've got visitors.
Mayor Tranquilitatis Logistics to incoming transition. Please state your intentions. Over.
Alice to MT Logistics. We have received clearance and hold a signed contract with Mr. Halloway for our mining operations in this designated sector. We're here to commence our activities as scheduled. Over.
MT Logistics to Alice. We weren't informed of your early arrival. We've just finished building the elevator for your drones to access the underground facilities. At the moment, all the electricity is being used to charge the batteries as we prepare for night. We can't route power to the elevator right now. I suggest you keep your mining buddies in orbit for the next 2 weeks while we wait for the sun to come up, sweetheart.
Rude much?
We made it here right on schedule, but waiting for the next morning on the moon, a whole 2 weeks of downtime, is utterly unacceptable. This could jeopardize our entire mining contract. We need a better plan. And the name's Alice, not sweetheart.
Exactly.
Good afternoon, Director. This is Alice, your Vice President. We have a bit of a situation here, but I'm already on it. First, let's test our connection. Give this dialog box a click if you're hearing me loud and clear, then we can proceed. Connection solid. That's a start. Give me a few minutes to secure our landing clearance. Feel free to soak in the sights while you wait. I'm sure you have a great view of the moon from your orbital station. So, Robert, do we have a deal?
Let me be clear. A 2-week power outage equals job loss and a costly lawsuit for me. I don't care who you are, get Halloway on this. But no power for you and your toys until sunrise. We just don't have extra electricity right now.
Look, Robert, you and I got off on the wrong foot. Our drones were originally designed for autonomous construction and repair, and we've brought the necessary resources. Grant us landing permission, and we'll handle the power situation ourselves. This benefits both of us. More solar panels for you, and we could land our toys and get going. They also can handle the repairs. So, should I update Mr. Holloway on our successful collaboration?
All right, Alice. You have permission to land. Make sure your fancy drones don't break anything. Over and out.
Director, it's your call. Permission to land has been granted. Show this Bob the Builder that we can fix this.
Objective achieved.
Okay,
Choose
so
a place
we
to
need
land
to
the pods
drop
near
in
the
our
elevator.
pods.
To do this, click on the notification on the left side of the screen and select an appropriate location.
And
Director, your
in they
primary
come.
responsibility is to ensure resource extraction and processing in our logistics hub on the Sea of Tranquility. Currently, it depends on external supplies. If you can address this issue, even partially, rest assured, we'll secure long-term contracts for you in the years to come. I personally vouched for your mission to the board. I'd hate to send you home with nothing. Better help me convince these old-timers that you are a promising team, and your work is the future.
Absolutely, Mr. Holloway. Both the director and I are immensely grateful to you. Our focus is on establishing a long-term partnership, and we'll do our utmost to make it a reality. You can count on us. To get started, select the required modules on the construction panel and place their holograms on the moon's surface. Director, place the holograms of solar panels on the highlighted sites. Our drones will pick up necessary resources and begin construction.
Eventually I'll be able to talk. Alright, so we get to throw down some batteries, we get to throw down some solar panels, that's going to be our next quest. We also get to hook them into the power network. Wires, please. Okay. I actually have to wait for you to be built. Okay, fine. We'll wait for you to be built. Alright, so we need to build some solar panels, build some batteries, and plug everything in, and that means I can speed up the game a little bit, but we're still tutorial in. So, although we have many pretty graphics, and look, don't get me wrong, the devs have done, whoops. Can I pause? Can I rotate around this way? Because this is the direction the solar panel actually opens in. The devs have done a wonderful job with just the animations and the graphics of this game. Yeah, this is one of those games where you're probably going to spend some time just staring at it every now and then. Okay, can I hook up power, please? Power from there to there. No, I haven't been allowed to do power yet. Okay. All right, so we're going to build 4 solar panels to have a little bit more power because, of course, we're on the moon. So we get 14 days of sun and 14 days of night.
Built them. Not a bad start at all. Alice, can you hear me? Your drones did a good job. Faster than I expected. All the energy from these panels will go to you. But if you want to work at night, you need to take care of saving it now. For this, you're going to need some batteries.
Well, thank you for your unwavering faith in our abilities, Robert. And I hope we've convinced you that we know what we're doing. And now our suddenly efficient drones will be busy building batteries. Director, he's absolutely right. A night on the moon is almost 14 and a half Earth days without the sun, and we do need batteries. Build 4 of them next to the solar panels.
Boom. Okay. Also need to build a charging station. That's going to be very important to recharge our little drones, which is under power. Can I get a charging station? And can I just throw you... actually, here. Oh, oops. Cancel. Can I put the charging station where the game wants me to put the charging station? Yeah, probably shouldn't break the tutorial just yet. Alright, so once we have a charging station for our little drones so they can recharge themselves, we should be good to then hook up power to the grid from everything we've built.
Well, your drones really know how to build. Now use the wiring tool and connect the solar panels and batteries. Next, you just need to power up the elevator and you'll gain access to the underground level.
Oh, I ruined what he was talking about. Okay, connect to there, connect to there, connect to there, and connect to there, and also connect... fine. Build a power pole and then connect to there. We can see that some items have a limited amount of power, well, power connections, and other items don't, and this is our overall power at the top. How much charge is in the batteries, how long it's going to last for. At the moment it lasts for plus, which seems like a very long time. That's our total power income. And connect the elevator. Done.
Objective achieved.
Okay. Water, oxygen. We've got a few stats we need to go through. All
Now
right,
that
so then we need to
everything
go
is up and
underground.
running, let's get down to business. Switch to the underground level by pressing tab.
Yep, done that.
Great. To start mining, build the drone configuration module. The elevator transfers power from the surface to the underground level. No need to worry about that.
Alright, and then our little friends will come down here and they'll build this lovely building, which will let us retrofit our bots from hauling bots to mining bots. Which is going to be very important because we're going to be doing some digging on the moon.
Now wire it to the elevator to power the module.
Pardon my curiosity, but how are you going to extract lunar regolith with cargo robots? I'm far from a robotics expert, of course, but it seems like we have more questions than answers at this point.
That's an excellent question, Robert, and I'd be delighted to answer it. However, I need to wrap up some things first. The drone reconfiguration module allows up to 5 drones to be converted into mining drones and vice versa.
Yep, vice versa. Okay. Okie
Now let's
dokie.
have the drones excavate an area measured. To order the drones to start the evacuation, you need to use the highlighting tool and mark areas for digging. The mining drones will do the rest. Robert, to answer your question, our company has been providing repair and maintenance services for robotics and mining equipment for over 10 years. We were involved in the development and maintenance of technology for lunar mining along with the first industrial expeditions to the moon, even before the construction of the space elevator and the full-scale development of the moon by mankind. And I'm pleased to inform you, Robert, that by pooling our vast experience, we have been able to develop and implement multifunctional drone technology that can be re-equipped for a variety of tasks. Did I answer your question in enough detail, or should I send you a set of materials for review? I can throw in a set of coloring books especially for you, so you can quietly
coloring
make your
books?
downtime in the workplace more enjoyable.
All right, Alice, I get the hint. You do your job and I'll mind my own business.
Great idea,
By the
Robert.
way, I'll grab a few coloring books as souvenirs for the kids. I'll be heading home in about 2 weeks.
Objective achieved.
I like Alice.
Director, I understand that I can be difficult at times, but your Alice is quite remarkable. She reminds me of my ex-wife.
We're all still on the same channel, Robert.
So, what's up with those coloring books?
I'll send them to your wife along with some flowers. She's not likely to get them from her husband.
I like Alice. Okay, so that finishes off our tutorial. We've gone through the basics, we understand sort of what we're doing, and now we need to jump into the campaign. The campaign is where things really kick off.
Wait. We're getting distress signals from everywhere. Director.
Oops.
This is an emergency broadcast. We have detected an imminent asteroid collision with the moon's surface. We are currently assessing the extent of the damage and the number of casualties. At this moment, our teams are working tirelessly to restore communication with lunar outposts. For those still on the moon, be aware that we are mobilizing all available resources to assist you. Conserve your energy and ration your supplies until further notice. Additional information will be provided as the situation unfolds. Stay tuned for updates. Over and out.
So it looks like everything went to
Crust
plan.
declared a state of emergency of the first degree. Commercial shipments and cargo landings are prohibited. All complexes, resources, and facilities on the moon are now under Crust control. All remaining facilities should switch to emergency frequency and report their status. Conserve energy and resources, and await further instructions.
What's happening? Director, can you hear me? We're receiving reports that a meteorite collided with the moon and the state of emergency has been declared. Director, confirm you're on the line right now. You could have done it more quickly and spared me the worry. Director, there's still no signal from the personnel of the base. I'll try again, but my hope is dwindling. Robert, come in. Robert, do you copy? Robert, damn it, come in. There appear to be no survivors. I'm glad you were on the orbital station when the collision happened. I suggest you stay there as long as possible. We should try to hold out until logistics with Earth are restored. Start with electricity. We still have resources and functional drones. That should be enough for a few solar panels and batteries.
Judging by the seismic activity, the meteorite impact occurred on the far side of the moon. We're lucky it happened so far away from our mission. But the strength of the blast wave raises a lot of questions.
Is that all the head of the research department can say? Somewhere far away there was an explosion and we don't know the cause?
Because scientists are working with proven facts, not speculating on fragmentary evidence. Much more data would be needed to reach the conclusions.
We have electricity, but our resource reserves are almost depleted. We need to restore production as soon as possible. Let's start with repairing the elevator to gain access to the underground level. Then build a charging station for the drones. Make sure that elevator and charging station are connected to the power network.
Objective achieved.
I think I'm skipping through some dialogue because I'm building things too quickly, but we'll find out. All right. So you're now powered, which means I need to you what?
Director, we're getting word of supply shortages from almost everywhere on Earth. The explosion cut off most of the supply channels from the moon. Millions of people are in need of resources, and we can satisfy that demand. Supplies used to run through the contract system, but it came to a complete halt after the explosion. We might be able to fix that.
Got it.
The explosion destroyed everything on the surface, but there may still be mining modules underground. We need to go down and see what we have left.
Objective achieved.
Director, we need to reconnect the power supply to the underground level. Connect the elevator and electrical pole with wires so we can see the scale of the damages. That's better. I see that we have a module to produce smart concrete, but we have an urgent need to resume production of steel and silicone. Director, I have an idea. First, convert 5 drones into miners, and we'll proceed.
The drone reconfiguration module allows...
We have smelting furnaces, but to start producing any resource, the relevant oxides are always needed. We will now mine them with the mining drones. Director, we have access to iron and silicone veins. Assign drones to mine the resources from the veins to supply the processing modules with raw materials.
Okay, now I'm going to be quiet for a little while.
You can now watch mining drones extract the oxides, and working drones deliver them to the smelting furnace.
I was close. I was so close that I was going to be quiet.
Enter excavation mode and assign mining drones to...
Okay, so this is silicon... This is silicon deposit. As you can see, it is 46.6% silicon. But there are other ores in here, and the ores are finite. So we have 4% of it's going to be iron, 4% is going to be titanium, a little bit of aluminium, a touch of water. And what happens to our mining drones? Well, they just dump piles of resources on the ground and then go back to mining. They are aiming to get the silicon, but they're not going to exclusively get silicon. Over here we have the same for iron, and... well, that is a piece of iron and a piece of blue stuff. Blue stuff is aluminium oxide. So there's some aluminium oxide just going to sit here on the ground until we find a use for it, which will happen after we probably mine a whole lot more resources. Now, we haven't got into belts or production or a whole lot of things first, or yet, because I have a quest where I need to produce some steel, which is iron oxide in, steel out. Nice, simple, very, very easy. The machine's running 100% efficiency, but the average is very low because I'm not feeding it fast enough. Same with this one, efficiency 100%, but I'm not feeding it fast enough, which is a problem. Yep, and power is last 4 plus. That doesn't really tell me. Okay, and I don't have water or oxygen, but that's okay because I don't have workers yet. We just have robots. We do get humans in the future, but one step at a time. Okay, so power, we are recharging the batteries. I don't think I want more batteries yet. Or more solar panels yet. And is that undiggable? that is undiggable. I have no idea what that is. Basalt? Okay. Can we dig out this area generally? Alright, so we're currently producing two things. We're producing steel from iron ore. We're also producing silicon from silicon oxide, and we're actually producing, well, smart concrete. I believe it's just regolith compressed really hard. 10 regolith into 2 bricks takes 1 minute to do, and you do have a bucket feeding you, and the bucket holds 4,000. So the storages in here are quite large. Now, we are going to get upgrades for different machines. We also can get into, you know, can you pick up, can you drop off, lots of different settings, lots of advanced logistics, which is one of the things that really interests me about this game. But at the moment, I need to get more silicon. So can I go into mining? We're going to cut one guy off that. I'm going to put one guy on that. Cool. All right, so that should get the mining happening a little bit faster, and I do want to make sure that we're constantly clearing out to give us more room to either build or more room to find new resources. All right, so we're waiting on 2 silicon, which is 9 to 3. Okay, and that should be our last one.
Director,
yeah.
You can never have too much smart concrete, so it's worth spending time to produce it. For this purpose, we have a pressing module, which may not be the most efficient way, but it's good enough to start with. The pressing module requires only regolith, which is a type of lunar dirt plentiful here. Assign mining drones to the evacuation so that we have the resources we need. Free drones will deliver the regolith to production themselves.
Director, here's the latest news regarding contracts. To resume shipments to Earth, we'll need to restore communication and significantly expand production. If we manage this in the near term, I'll negotiate an extremely lucrative contract with the aerospace company FASM. They've lost their supplier and are willing to pay generously for an urgent order. I'm still looking into the matter, but be prepared to devote all resources to this effort if you want to maximize the benefits. I'll return as soon as new information becomes available.
Now, as we can see, the English is currently missing for his name. I can't remember what his name is. I want to say Vince, I want to say. It was there yesterday. There's been a patch overnight. Obviously, a bug crept into the game code with the patch overnight. But, yeah, this is where we get into our first choice. No, we need to complete our current mission. Then we get a choice. Okay, can I plug power to there, power to there, and power to there, and then power to there, and then can I do that? No, they just hooked that one directly to there. Well, that's not what I wanted. Okay, power to there, power to there, power to there, and power to there. Okay, all right, we're gonna put in some more batteries and some more solar panels. This is our day-night cycle. It's very long because it's a long night here on the moon. Yep. I can scroll the moon. Yep. We can scroll the moon. Then we're going to go out and visit different parts of the moon in the future. That's a little Earth over there, and that's a sun all the way over there. But yeah, it's going to be a little while before we start visiting other places on the moon. So the batteries are probably not going to help us right at the moment, and I'm short on silicon. Okay. Whoops, wrong button. I might cancel those.
Well, that's a start. There should be enough smart concrete for the first time.
Okay, next mission, please. We don't have enough steel.
Director,
okay.
we have a message
Power's
on the
going
emergency
negative.
channel. I'll put it on the screen.
Yes, please.
Attention. This is Arthur Moore, commander of the Hope 2 orbital station. The station has sustained severe damage from multiple collisions. We have lost key control modules. A hard moon landing will occur in the coming weeks. Request assistance from anyone who hears this message. All crew members are ordered to take shelter in Block 4. I repeat.
This is bad. This is bad. That's the space station that's in orbit. It's also bad because Alice mentioned earlier that I'm so glad you stayed in orbit. Therefore, you know, you didn't get killed when the whole asteroid hit the moon thing. So I'm probably on Hope 2.
The debris from the meteorite impact must have gotten Hope 2. I'm already contacting Crust to report it.
Director, my name is Clyde Draper, and I lead the Crust search and rescue operation. We are aware of the situation with Hope 2, and are already developing an evacuation plan. There's still a chance to restore resource mining and production at your facility, and it's in our mutual interest for you to assist us. We need a place to accommodate the rescued crew, and your base is the most suitable candidate for this. Crust will provide you with the necessary equipment and scientific resources to carry out the assigned tasks.
Crust seems to be whoever's in charge of the moon. I know, it's a weird thing, but we're in the year 2080. Who knows?
With all due respect, Director, I do not share your doubts. People are in danger, and if it's in our power to help them, we must do so.
With all due respect, Alice,
Ledger.
Altruism has clouded your judgment. Crust is clearly asking for grant aid that we cannot afford right now. I suggest we focus on restoring production and resuming shipments to Earth, where resources are urgently needed right now. Also, I've negotiated a prepayment with FASM. We can use their funds if we start reestablishing the contract system now.
But all you care about is profit. If that's the case, think of the technology Crust will provide. It's worth as much as our base in its current state.
Do we pay a fair price for their technology? Don't forget, Director, by accepting Crust's offer, we will allow them to decide how our base is developed. We'll have to focus on the construction of the living quarters and postpone the expansion of high-tech manufacturing and investigation of the meteorite case.
Crust is going to accommodate the surviving Hope 2 crew members at your base in exchange for equipment and technologies for us to carry out a rescue mission. If you accept Crust's offer, you will lose access to the FASM contract, for which the corporation is willing to pay up front.
So, this is where we get to our first choice. I can either choose to accept the crew at my base, which is still a work in progress, or I can play at normal difficulty, where I'll get 100,000 credits. Now, credits are important. So far, the only thing we've spent them on is hooking up power poles. Power poles cost credits. A few other things cost credits, but we won't get to those just yet. And this also gives us access to the contract system, so I can start shipping back some of the, smart concrete, etc., that I'm making here on, the moon, and start making a profit. Also, I can potentially buy other resources that we're going to need in the future. But I like going in for choices, so we're going to choose to go with, let's have the people. Yeah, now this is going to give me 60, 60, and 60. Those three 60s are research,
Choice.
which I need to start using.
Contact with the station, assist the commander with the evacuation, and then transport the team to your base. You should have living quarters suitable for sustaining life by then. Begin preparations for the construction of the living quarters immediately. It is a complex and resource-intensive structure, so maximize and optimize production so you're ready when survivors arrive. In summary, your main tasks are: contact the station and ensure the transport of the crew to your base. Construct a residential facility with life support systems. We will send a research plan and transportation for search and rescue operations shortly.
The voiceover, it's still getting there. It's still getting there. Being voice acted bit by bit.
Now our base is just a couple of mining and processing modules. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to save the crew, but it'll be almost impossible in such a short amount of time.
Research.
We definitely can't do it alone. I will send a request to colleagues and inform you when new information becomes available.
Indeed, the timing's not ideal. However, we still have the ability to break down the task and move towards our goal with small steps.
Very small steps.
First, we need to ramp up production. Living quarters will require a lot of resources. We have smelting furnaces, but we need extractors and refineries to extract oxides from mined regolith.
Alright, so we need to research...
Crust has handed us the research plan, and we're ready to begin. Research underground mining and place 2 extractors on the iron and silicon veins.
Okay, can I talk about research without you interrupting? Alright, so we have 3 research streams. We have the fundamental, we have the engineering, we have the social. Engineering, we looked at these. These are orange research. We get 100 orange every day. No. We get 100 research every day for the next 400 days. Cool. And we need to choose a way to spend that. Extract the from the regolith. Let's go with that one next. All right. Then we have fundamental research. Fundamental is blue research, which is going to give us and orange research. It's mainly the blue tree. Okay. And then we have the social tree. The social tree is the green tree. And the way research works is it dumps all the research points into the first item. Now, if the first item is like 2 bits of research, so it's where was it? This one. You. If we're doing blue and orange, when the blue is finished on this piece of research, but the orange isn't done, then obviously we don't get the research. I could put this in the queue, and we could complete the orange research after we've done the other orange items, and then do the blue research when we have the blue research. But the research points just come, and if you don't spend them, you don't get to save them. They come and gone. I really want automatic repair. Also want drone upgrades, and I want medium solar panels. What do we have over here? Living quarters, that seems important. Ice processing, license for tender system. And here we're doing belts. We're doing belts. We're then doing prospecting. Then we're going to do. So we're going to do the ore detector, then the regolith refinery, and then I'll throw that in there as well because it's something. All right. So build extractors. So we need to jump in here. We need to go to mining, and I want to put in a regolith extractor. Now, my catch is when I build this on the resources, they stop producing resources. So cells overlapping. 8 out of 9. 9 out of 9. Much better. Okay. Can I drop you here? All right. And I'm also going to need to bring...
Don't forget that extractors need electricity. Hold down shift to build a chain of utility poles.
Power. Cool. All right. So that should get up and running. Now, whilst you're being built, I don't actually have access to any more steel, which is a possible problem. Also, you can use components and microcircuits, and I don't really have any of those. We have plenty of brick. We have plenty of steel. So there's nothing stopping me, I guess, just building both of them at once. 9 out of 9. Okay, that's what I want. All right, and can I power you up? And can I remove some of those guys for just a minute? Okay, can I go? No, you're at 404. Okay, so we're gonna grab power off here.
Research complete.
Done. Okay. Okay, and that was research. What was the research? It was belts. Okay, with belts, the other things that cost credits. I remember now. Okay, that's definitely put my power into the red. Okay, you're now producing a bit of everything. Yeah. So you're producing regolith. Thought you were meant to be producing iron. Produces resources. Okay. Connect the extractors with the network. We've done that. Oh, you guys are finding the iron. No, you are just pulling out regolith. Did I build the wrong type of mine? Regolith extractor. No.
Objective achieved.
You see in the data that the extractors have started mining. Now, finish the research and build 2 regolith refineries for producing iron and silicon, respectively.
Finish the research. Research and build a regolith refinery, which is this one. Okay. All right. So, we're doing that, then that. That's 3 days away. Okay. Can I do cancel that, cancel that, cancel that, add that back in the queue. It does maintain what research you've done, and I don't have blue research yet, so we'll just throw that back on the end of the queue. All right, so it now currently means you are just making regolith. The regolith is mostly iron, but I need to have the single regolith refinery, which will then split the regolith that's being spat out back into its core components. Yep. So I sort of need those, preferably yesterday. Yeah, I didn't really want to build these yet. How long's the research? 0.8 days. Okay, so it'll be done shortly. Alright, meanwhile, can I bump these guys back up? And can we go back to mining? Can we just clear out all this area? Yeah. Alright. And actually, can I also clear this corner? Probably should have cleared that first. Can I use the eraser, please? And remove that.
Research complete.
Hey, research complete. Okay, can I do building?
Place the regolith refineries similarly to optimize future production.
You guys want it down there? Okay, fine. Can we put you? You have a belt in the side, belt in the side, belt out the side. Okay, so can I put you there and T to flip, and we'll put you here. Okay, cool. And then power, plug you in, and plug you in. Okay, that's done. Yeah, I've done that. Cool. Alright, so...
A single regolith refinery extracts the necessary oxides from the regolith by thermal treatment. The process leaves slag that can also be used in production.
Okay, and then continue my conveyor belt to here and then to there. Hello? Connect. That's not what I wanted. Alright, remove. Okay, can I... conveyor belts. There to there. Okay, so that's going to bring resources in. Build all. Alright, so you should pump out my regolith. It should pop down here. You need to do a recipe. You're going to be doing iron oxide. So that is...
The single regolith refinery is a mono-refinery that can only produce one type of oxide at a time. Be sure to select the recipes for iron and silicon oxide to start production.
Okay, you done?
Objective achieved.
I'm sure it's over.
Director, a conveyor belt will speed up production and eliminate the need for drones in resource delivery. I advise you to keep an eye on this technology.
You heard him, Director. Now we have a steel production chain, but we can increase its efficiency by connecting the modules with conveyor belts. It will reduce the load for drones and speed up production. Exactly what we need right now.
Production. Okay, production. Production. Okay. Can I go to there, and then in there? Nope, that's wrong. That's even more wrong. Okay. I'll get used to hotkeys eventually. Okay, can I remove that, and that? Alright, can I do that again? Okay. Belts. From there. Okay, alright. Build all belts.
Director, we managed to dispatch the research rover scout. It's essential for your next mission. Examine the satellite repeater and make contact with the Hope 2 crew. Mr. Ratchet will help you sort out the controls. You're free to use data that will help with the mission. Some of it will expedite the research. Professor Wilfrey knows what to do with it. However, remember that all ship logs, crew records, and other materials related to the incident are the property of Crust. Your company has no authority to examine this information.
Corporate cover-up already! Okay. Alright,
Ratchet, have you heard the news? Crust put you in charge of the new toy. We don't have much time to contact the crew, so helping the director get the rover to the repeater is your top priority.
Not only did we lose almost all of our equipment, but we also turned out to be the last hope for Crust and the Hope Station. Anyway, Director, we're in a hurry. Land the cargo pod with the rover and we'll proceed.
Okay, as I was trying to say, alright, our next mission is to land the rover. Land the rover and then we get to start exploring the world map. We have our belts in, we have our automation. I don't have a lot of power. We're also coming to sunrise, which is good because I'm going to have to build more solar panels, more batteries, more all sorts of things. Our biggest limitation is currently that batteries only have a max output. So they can charge at a rate of 50, but they can only discharge at a rate of 10. And therefore, I'm short. I'm short on a lot of power. So we need to cover that in the next episode. But for right now, with the bots mostly idle and research continuing, let's pause the game. Okay. Pause the game rather than letting it continue. With all that said and done, I'm going to leave this episode here. We're going to be back tomorrow with another episode because I'm very, very interested in how the Crust goes. Like I said, I've been looking forward to this game for quite some time, and I'm really glad that it's coming out in early access. So, yes, with all that said and done, I do hope you guys enjoyed this first video. Leave me a comment down below. Do you want to see more? And I will see you guys in, well, the very next video. All right, bye.